Of course, today we're going to be focusing on what I term a political earthquake shaking Rivers State. Now, in a landmark ruling, the Supreme Court has made decisions that will redefine the leadership and, of course, the government's structure of Rivers State, from the sacking of local government chairmen to the reinstatement of pro-Wike lawmakers and even the freezing of federal allocations to the state. What does this mean for democracy, governance, and the people of Rivers State in general? Is this a battle for supremacy between political heavyweights, or is it about upholding the rule of law and the sanctity of our democratic institutions? This morning, we will analyze the implications, the reactions, and of course, the road ahead. We're being joined this morning from Port Harcourt by the Rivers State Commissioner for Information, Joe Johnson. Good morning, Joe Johnson. Can you hear us?
I'm hearing you. Good morning to you and good morning to our listener.
It's nice to have you join us this morning all the way from Port Harcourt. But without wasting much time, let's talk a little bit about the Supreme Court judgment. Now, the Supreme Court's decision has invalidated the local government elections and reinstated lawmakers loyal to the former governor. How is the Rivers State government responding to this ruling?
Well, I've already released the press release, and the press release clearly explains the position of the Rivers State government. We are waiting the certified true copy of the judgment, and believing that by the broadcast of the government yesterday, the judge shows that we're not abiding and we're prepared to obey whatever the Supreme Court has said.
Right. Okay. Mr. Joe Johnson, if you can hear me, yesterday evening we saw the River State Governor Siminalayi Fubara. He came out to respond to the ongoing situation in River State at the moment. And then one of the things he said that actually caught my attention and is also on the front page of the dailies this morning is the fact that we are going to have another election. That's the River State electoral body is going to conduct a fresh election in the state. Can you give us heads up regarding it?
Well, Supreme Court had nullified the election that we had sometime in October last year. And as a law-abiding government, we have decided that heads of local governments take over the associates. There has been an appointment of caretaker committee. We are also believing that in a short while, the River State Independent Electoral Commission will announce the timetable for another election. We have asked the heads of the local government to take over the administration of the local government because, of course, nature abhors vacuum. And I want to believe that that will go the way we have already announced by the broadcast, state broadcast by the governor yesterday.
All right, Joe Johnson, the ruling also impacts federal allocations to the state. Now, without access to federal funds, how is the government in Rivers State going to be able to continue development projects in the state? What plans are in place for that?
Like I said, we have not gotten the certified true copy of that judgment, but you can imagine what it will look like. In my opinion, it does appear that we have gotten back into our challenges, but there will always be a way.
Okay, so there are those who actually believe that what is going on currently in River State, or what has been happening over time in the state, is a situation of two political heads having struggled for power in the state. Now, how has this actually affected governance in River State over time?
We are starting an area of commissioning. In the next 2 weeks, we'll be commissioning projects commenced and executed by us. So I want to believe that even though we have been distracted, that it has not affected governance.
Okay.
We are commissioning projects within the state and even outside the state. There are projects that we did in Bayelsa State, the Nigerian Law School. We'll be commissioning that. We're commissioning a number of schools. We're commissioning quarters We are handing over aircraft helicopter bought by River State government to the Nigerian Air Force. We're doing quite a lot in the area of human capital development.
Okay, so still on the whole situation, reacting to it, we saw the former governor of Rivers State, who also doubles to be the minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, reacting in a very beautiful manner. I mean, it was all over social media. It was giving thanks to God, singing and praising God. And then one thing he actually said was the fact of impunity, which has been going on in the state. How do you react to that?
Well, I think it would be too early to show anybody the best. It would be too early to be easy to say that anybody the best because the main matter that took us to court, which is the issue of defection, is in the Federal High Court, and that matter is coming up soon. So it will be hasty. I'll describe it as being too hasty to say that victory has been achieved. Not one has been achieved yet. But until we get over it, get through all the processes, then we can begin to talk about the legality of the maximum Ehule's existence. That's the law. So, but for now, there's nothing like defection before the court of appeal. So it will be hasty for anybody to do that.
All right, there seems to be a power struggle between the present governor and the former governor of Rivers State. Do you believe that there is actually a path to reconciliation, or is the state heading for a prolonged political battle? Do you foresee any legal or political challenges, of course, to the ruling in the near future?
The governor has already said that he will obey the judgment of the Supreme Court. So I don't see any reason why we should bother with whatever is yet to come out of it. I don't see any reason.
All right, so what's your message for River State residents who are a bit concerned about the stability of governance in the country, especially politically? What do you have to say to them as regards their daily lives?
They should be calm. They should go about their respective businesses. There's no cause for alarm. We are still in control of the state affairs, and I want to believe strongly that it will end in place.
All right, thank you so much, Joe Johnson, of course, the Commissioner for Information, Rivers State, for being here with us on the program this morning on ITV.